is the following. Lab 4. Lab 5, sorry, lab 5, I'm saying. Lab 5. Lab 5 is, first of all, it says there, print. So now, no more, I'm not doing prints. So after you create these files, after you create them, you compile them, it will generate a compile listing, which stays where? In your spool file, okay? It will be your DC234 something, that will be a spool file. So when you go to your spool file, for us to mark your lab as done, we will look in your spool file and we find these three compiled correctly, your lab is done. Okay. The very challenging things, let me talk a little bit about this lab. I find through experience, the students don't have a problem, and all these are fine. They don't have problems with this after they come to, look here, this is the student's file, right? And this is the structure of the student's file, the one we just looked at. And it asks you here to add an edit word. So it looks nice. I'll show you how to add that. And it says go and change. And all these, if you follow the steps one by one, it's not a problem. It's very straightforward. Then you come here, right there. It's a good practice before the test. It says use the above as a reference to produce your own file called marks. Create this. It says write the DDS for marks. The record name, the R part, put marks SR. Student ID now should be packed. Instead of before that it was not packed. So it asks you to create that one. After you create marks, it will ask you here to use what? A copy file command. This is where most students get stuck. So you are copying from the stud marks, which is in another library. You created your own marks file, very similar. Now it's saying take from this, copy the records in here, this library to your own, the copy file command. And students struggle a little bit how to do the copy, and the reason is very simple, because when they create the marks file, they don't create it correctly. If you don't create correctly, then it doesn't work. What is the purpose of this? Why are we asking you to do this? It's all about this. Let's say you work in a company and they ask you to create a database table. Then they say, you know, to populate information, get all the records. Maybe there are about 10,000 records in another database table. And they say copy from the other database table to this one that you just created. But the two are not exactly similar. And in the copy command, there is a trick where you say, just copy to match. The field names that are similar, same names, take from this field. In this new one, I have the same field name, copy them. Those that are not similar, that are missing, skip them. It's a very, very important part of most companies. When you create new files, there's data from another file, they will ask you to copy to the new one. But the new one has things that are different. For example, let me show you here. So let's take that example clearly and why we are doing this. QDDS. So marks. I created the marks file. Now it looks like this. Okay? I'll let you later on take pictures, don't worry. Let me try to get the concept before you. This one, how many fields does it have? How many?
5. 4.
4. This is the record name, 1, 2, 3, 4. These are multiple keys. Means it will sort this file by student ID and then it will sort by course code. Okay? There's a secondary key. Now let's look at the one you are getting information from. Display file field description stud marks in IBC-233 LIB. The one you are copying from, okay, the one you are copying from has how many fields? I don't have the DDS, but I can look at it.
6.
No. It has a student ID, it has a course code, and it has final mark. Student ID is zoned, which means an S is 90. Course code is 6. Alphanumeric is character. Final mark is 3, is 0, is zoned, is not packed. I have 1, 2, 3. This file is the one that has the data. The one you create is the other file, is this one. The one you create is this one. Sorry, yeah, this one. This one has a student ID, the same name, course code, final mark, but it doesn't have the date on it. We are copying from the other one. It will populate, it will go to the student. For each record, it will take the student ID, it will put it here. Course code, it will put here. Final mark, it will put here. But date run, it will leave it blank. It doesn't have information for it. The condition of this kind of copying to work is that the names have to be similar, the length and type has to be similar. Remember, that one, it was, except of course this is numeric and packed, the other one is S, is fine. This is alphanumeric and this is numeric. It will work.
When you say similar, can it be close or exactly the same?
No, the names have to be exactly the same.
Okay.
There is a way to copy it, not exactly the same. There's another way to copy it. But the normal copy, I think we gave in the lab, they have to be the same. I'm not sure in the lab what we gave you. Yeah, the copy command we gave you in the lab. Now, when you go and create marks, do it like that. Then the copy file in the lab, it will ask you to do this. It will say, in the copy command, pay attention to the following parameters. Pay attention. The from file and see the from file and two file names and their respective libraries. So make sure you got the names correct. Replace or add records. Make that replace. You need record field mapping. Mapping means match the names of the fields. Okay, how do you do this? So this is how you will do it. You do it like this. You will come here and say you put copy file like that, right? This is the command, copy file. Then press F4. The from file, it's stud marks in what library? IBC-233 LIB. To which name? What is the file you created?
Student mark.
Mark. You create this one. In what account? Your BC234, let's say A01. Leave the from member as first and to member as first. Fine. Replace or add.
Replace.
That's what we mean by go here and put star. Replace. Create file. No, I have created the file. I've done this and it's not enough. I have to press F10 to get more. This is F10. I have to look for a place where I have to say mapping. Okay? Page down. Not here. Page down. Second. No. Third. No. Fourth. Here. Right here it says record mapping. If I go here there to the where it says mapping, if I put a question mark, right there, all the values is map. I have to put here map.
What did you press after question mark?
F1.
Enter. Okay.
Just to find out all the options. So what did I do? I said the first screen, you saw where I put this screen where there is record format mapping, I did it. If you created your marks file correctly, the way I showed you, and you put here replace, and then on screen number what? This is screen 1, 2, this is 2, 3, 4, 5. Screen 5, you go there and you put map, it should work.
There's a question mark.
Sorry? The question mark is whenever any field you are not sure, because here the dot 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 means there is more. I want to find out what is the more. If I go to that field and I put a question mark and I press enter, it will tell me all the options I have. It's like a drop down kind of thing.
So those are all the parameters that we need. As long as our physical file is good, it should copy everything.
Yes. Is that clear?
So if it says 36 records copied per member, that should be good.
Absolutely good. Then you can go and do a run query to see whether you copied junk or real copy. The copy was good. Is that clear? So the whole purpose is for you to create logical. This lab teaches you how to create logical files, and then there is logical files, physical files that have a different structure, and how to copy from one physical file to another, even though they don't match exactly, even though they are not exactly the same. Any questions so far about what we discussed?
And once you add all the options, then you just press enter to start.
Then it should say at the bottom, so many records copied.
Okay,
Okay?
perfect.
Anyway, you will get a chance on Tuesday to do this, to create the logical files. Now the fees owed and fines owed are files that you have to create.
What does 3 do?
Sorry. So here is a logical file. Like for example, how do you create a logical file? The trick about a logical file is, in order not to repeat all the fields, you go to the, what is a logical file, by the way? What is a logical file? It's a file that has a different index than the actual physical file. But it's not a file. It's really like a pointer, okay, to the real physical file. The physical file has the data. A logical file is a different way of looking at it. It is always based on a physical file. So you go, you put an R there, you put the same record format name as the physical file. Put it there. This one, because it's based on students, this is the physical file. The physical file is students. There is a record format name in there that's student SR. And now I'm saying, look, this file was based on the key was the student number. I don't want that key. I want a different set of keys. So I go and I put here the key is last name. I want it sorted by last name. And I want you to select for me wherever the fees owed is greater than 0. You understand? This is a logical file. I will not show you the other logical file. You have to come. This is the fees owed, the fines owed, similar concepts. So in this lab, you learn about logical files, physical files that have a different set from another physical file where you have to use the copy command, right? And how to create that. So, no, not this test. Logical file normally I give students on second test, but it's up to Professor Pombon to decide how he wants to give you the second test. Okay. Okay. Any other questions? I think I touched on the most important aspects of the lab. Part B is joining. You use this so SQL. It's very straightforward. Create a data file. The rest is, I think, here is to show you how to create the logical files and so on. So yeah, the rest is pretty straightforward. Not much. Those are the major concepts that you need to do. Okay, so I have covered all that. I'm not going to give you a new material. I want now, this is the plan. First of all, please finish lab 5 on time. I don't have the luxury of giving you an extra time. Lab 6, before you go on break, start working on lab 6. Professor Pongbong would be marking that. Okay. Wait a second, there's something else I want to say. Check your marks if anything is missing. Yes. For those of you who are still working on labs, right now I will be going to the same lab that we do work on, T2110. We'll go there. Every week I do this on Thursday. I go there and I sit there and I help you. Okay? So from here we move to the lab. Those who are confident, they have done everything, they don't need any help, you can go home. But Tuesday come with questions, so you are ready for the